Yo YouTube, what's going on? AJ here, back at it again with another video, and in today's video we're going to be going over who you should pull between Shorekeeper and Camella, as well as talk about the 4 stars that are coming out, being Lumi and Yoo-Hoo, as well as we're going to talk about the potential reruns with Gian, as well as Yin Lin coming out very soon, and we're going to talk to you about who you should pull, who's meta, who's worth the investment, and why you should pull on these characters. But first, if you guys like the content on the channel, make sure you hit a like, comment, and subscribe, as it does help me out and it keeps the lights on here. Thank you guys so much for the support. We're on the road to 5K. We're trying to be the top Wuthering Waves creator, so I appreciate all your guys' support so much. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So let's start off by talking about the reruns, and we'll start with Gian. Now, the reason we're going to talk about the reruns and to give context about people and how we know this, in most gacha games, it's universally kind of known, especially in the Hoyo type model games, which Kuro is following very similarly, that when you drip market one 5-star and you don't really drip market any other 5-star afterwards within the week or anything like that, and then it's weeks later you drip market, aka a character like Camilla, it's most likely being the last 3 weeks of the patch is going to be a rerun. So in this case, we'll start off by talking about Gian, because he will be the potential first rerun. Now, Gian still has very good value. He is a very good DPS in the current meta, even with all the burst units in the game. He is still the only unit who provides crazy amounts of AoE damage as well as heavy CC, and is a good single target DPS. He is very easy to use, which is very underrated, because most people, you have to set up things with certain characters and certain DPSs. However, with Gian, you press his ult, you go 100 miles per hour and have fun. This also makes it easy against boss fights when you're in his ult state, as he basically gives you free parries when you're attacking the enemy. On top of that, most people who do have a Gian are probably looking forward to grabbing his weapon, which is a very good stat stick if you do not have a good broad blade option, because it also provides crit damage. So Gian is still very good, high AoE levels, and nobody else has amazing DPS so far. He's still one of one, and it's not looking like any unit right now that is a DPS is going to power creep him with all the benefits he provides. The next rerun we'll quickly go over is Yin Lin. Yin Lin is a very broken sub DPS. She does great off-field damage. She is on field not for too long. The buffs she does give are for electro element users, as well as characters that need resonance liberation buffs, basically the ult guys. She has amazing long-term potential in this game, being a sub DPS and just boosting your units to another level as well. On top of that, she has very universal stat stick. Yes, a stat stick that is a weapon called Zap String, which is her signature weapon. It's the best rectifier, I believe. I almost call it recertifier. That's an ongoing joke in my videos and my community. But yes, one of the best rectifiers in the game. You can put it on Jaja or Jay-Z. However, you can probably potentially put it on another future sub DPS that will be a rectifier user if they are. But all around, great character, high damage, great off-field damage, and the one other beneficial thing is she does also work with coordinated users or coordinated attackers like Jinsi as well. So if there is a future coordinated DPS or character that needs coordinated attacks, Yin Lin will also benefit in that. Now, after we talked about the rerun, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the video that people want to know about. Let's talk about Shorekeeper and Yoo-Hoo. Let's start off with Yoo-Hoo. From what we know about Yoo-Hoo, she is a support unit that will be very versatile in many different team comps, based on the fact that she has a gameplay mechanic that makes you pull out a different item each time, giving you unique buffs. She also has a QTE built into her gameplay, which makes her a little bit more interesting and fun to play over certain characters, giving this added gameplay bonus slash effect. The bonus about Yoo-Hoo is she'll most likely be on Shorekeeper's banner. That being said, her being a 4-star and getting one copy of her, you now have a chance to get a copy of her, excuse me guys, and now you can add multiple copies of her, making her even stronger. She will not only be very good, but I do think she'll be one of the best 4-stars in the game with the amount of buffs she can provide for any team comp. The versatility will be insane for this character, so the fact that Yoo-Hoo is coming along with Shorekeeper, this is almost a must pull banner almost if Yoo-Hoo is on on Shorekeeper's banner. Now let's talk about Shorekeeper. Shorekeeper allows us to finally stop making our Verena work overtime, guys. Yes, finally we can give Verena a break. Even the devs acknowledged this during the live stream. They made the joke. They said they listened to the community, which is really good, and it does make me happy to be a Wuthering Waves player, considering that the devs are acknowledging problems and issues the players have been having and wanting more sustains. Now, what makes Shorekeeper so amazing, number one, is her versatility. Yes, a lot of the units, guys, that I'm going to be talking about are amazing because of their versatility, because they can match into multiple team comps. I know a lot of us are thin. We were trying to finish out our team comps, so the fact that you can get a character that's ridiculously strong, and slot them into multiple team comps helps with long-term account value, especially for free-to-play or even light spenders. Whales, you obviously are going to get everybody. Verena will give certain buffs. She can boost your endurance, reducing the risk of incoming attacks. Her Resonance Liberation activates and gives extra damage bonuses, including crit buffs, making her the top sustain unit in the game, just because she's not only providing you reduced damage basically incoming from what the devs were talking about, but now you're essentially giving out multiple damage buffs, and one of them was crit buffs. So this is really huge from a character that's not just a sustainer. She's a little bit more than a sustainer, and that's what I was asking for. I said, if you're going to make a limited 5-star sustain unit, it has to be better than Verena. What is it bringing it to the table? And they are bringing a lot, which is very exciting. On top of that, she has very amazing visual animations as well, and she can transform into a butterfly, which is a new roaming mechanic we haven't really had in Wuthering Waves. And what I mean by a roaming mechanic, or sort of a traversal mechanic, is that in these games you'll see, and I think Kuro will start following the Genshin model with this, the characters, certain characters that come out, guys, she can transform into a butterfly and she can collect the materials. This was said on the live stream. So this may be the first character that we see, Shorekeeper, who transforms into a butterfly and can traverse around the world. But it may get crazier with other future characters. You never know what we can see. Maybe super fast speed running, maybe flight. You never know with Kuro games, especially with an open world game now in their hands, what they could do. But all around, just to go over in TLDR, amazing support, multiple buffs, great sustain, very versatile, amazing animations, amazing character design, and a new traversal effect. I think she's almost a must pull, especially with Yoo-Hoo on her banner. Now let's quickly just talk about Camila and Lumi. Since there's not much we know about these characters for the time being, we're gonna go off what we have. Lumi being a 4-star, what I'm really hoping for, guys, in this scenario is that Lumi brings something new to the table, because if she does not, I could totally see this being a situation where people could forget about this character when she comes out. They may pull for her, they get a copy, but they may be like, she's not really bringing anything new to the table. Why do I really care? I got my teams, I got these other characters that I'm interested in building that were in the game. Why would I want to build Lumi? But on the other hand, if they do give her something that would make her unique as a 4-star and stand out, then again, it's another W for free-to-play and light spenders, because now we have more options that are easier and accessible that we don't have to lose a 50-50 on to acquire and build and play with. Now let's talk about Camila on the other hand. Now, Camila is a very highly anticipated character that the Kuro community has wanted since launch, guys. As far as what she could do, there are really two options that I envision Kuro Games has in mind. One of the things is a sub DPS is the easiest and common answer that I could give, because we lack those sub DPS characters, right? And they're very, very overpowered units that are gonna last long term. Her being a sub DPS could work easily, perfect for Rover, especially with Shorekeeper coming out. You could have a team comp there. But one thing I do hope, and I really don't hope they make her a sub DPS, I hope they make her a hybrid. And some people may be confused about what I'm saying when I say, oh, I hope they make her a hybrid, so allow me to explain. A hybrid is a character like Chang-Li, where Chang-Li is a main DPS who does a lot of damage, but she switches and she gives Resonance Liberation buffs and fusion buffs. There's not a character in the game that can take advantage of those buffs completely, which is insane, because maybe Kuro's hinting at the Chang-Li may get a future partner sometime later on down the line. We don't know when, but that's just all speculation, guys. But I would hope that Kuro goes the route of hybrid, making Camella a main DPS that can give buffs. So imagine getting a Havoc buff and something else that would benefit Rover. Now you build your Havoc Rover, you have Camella. You have Camella do a lot of damage. You can switch off to Rover. Rover has massive amount of buffs, is popping off, doing a lot of damage. You can go to Shorekeeper, or you can start off with Shorekeeper. You can go to Camella, you can go to Rover. However that rotation works, it would make it one of the best team comps in the game. Not only that, especially if you're pulling for both characters, and hopefully you all win your 50-50. It's just that it could be a team comp that competes with Jin C's team comp, and you may see challenge there, but we don't know yet. We're waiting to see what Kuro will give us with information. We do know the Tokyo Game Show is coming on the 26th, guys. We also know the dev notes are going to be coming out sometime soon. We just don't know when. But all in all, do I think you should pull on Camilla? Do I think you should pull on Shorekeeper? Do I think you should pull on the reruns, or should you just want the 4 stars? I think, guys, during these 2 patches, you have a lot of options here that can benefit your account. So what I would do is I would look at your account. What do you need the most? Do you need the sustain? Then go with Shorekeeper first, because she'll be a 1-of-1 sustain right now. We don't know when the next one's coming. Do you want Camilla because you like her design? Then go for her and her gameplay. I'm sure she'll be meta. I'm sure she'll be busted. Ultimately, guys, it's your account. Have fun. Whatever characters you want to play with, go with that. And that's what's going to last you long-term enjoyment in this game. That's it for this video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for the support. Like I said, we're trying to get to 5K. We're trying to be the top Wuthering Waves creators. It's been your boy AJ. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. I'm out. Peace.